Welcome everybody, BingePlay TV 2019. Explosion, fireworks. This is our first episode of 2019. Episode 12. We here today, not so much news-based. We just gonna go over some of the games that's coming out in 2019 or may come out in 2019. And then I'm gonna give you my top 5 and most anticipated games. And it's time to get into it. So let's start. I got a list here. My boy MafiosoLIVE created this, and we will be adding on to it. But to start it off right now, I mean, I'm not going to say I'm looking forward to Mario and Luigi. Nah, I'm not looking forward to that at all. Warlords, I'm not looking forward to. Ace Combat, I'm not looking forward to. Life is Strange, not so much. But the complete remaster of Resident Evil 2, built from the ground up, horror, survival game, from 1998. I can't wait. It's going to be complete nostalgia. It's going to be scary as hell. In 1998, when my dad was actually playing this game, because I was too scared to play it. I used to watch him play it though, and it was scary as hell. So I can imagine right now, like with the headphones and how it's going to sound and how it's going to look. It's going to be fucking scary. I mean, that goes without saying. This is the thing I'm upset about though. I hate that Resident Evil 2 is so close to Kingdom Hearts, because that makes me feel like now I have to rush through Resident Evil, rush through it, play it, beat it, delete it, and then make space for Kingdom Hearts. So that's kind of what I'm worried about. I might just get both. I really don't like having a bunch of games stacked up on my system. Plus, I don't have that much space. But Resident Evil, I'm definitely looking forward to. I'm definitely buying it. Kingdom Hearts 3, we don't really know what the story. I don't even know what the main story is going to be, but we know it's tons of characters. We know it looks good, and due to the prior track record and the other games and how consistent they've been, it's going to be a complete fun experience. You have to completely open your mind up, and I'm really looking forward to that game a lot, both of these. So January is going to be a big year. Concrete Genie, don't have an exact date, but a lot of people haven't been talking about this game. It's actually pretty cool because you're in this city and you're trying to look for your lost pages to his drawing book. So you have to do different things, and you can actually draw on the wall and make your creations come to life. You might need something burning. You need something burnt out the way. Let's say a window is boarded up. You can actually make like a dragon. You paint it red and it will breathe fire and burn down the build for you. I think that's really cool. It's really creative. And if anybody hasn't paid attention or looked into this game, I'm telling you right now, after this video, look into Concrete Genie, because it looks amazing. I feel like that's one that's going to be under the radar, but I feel like it's really going to be a good game. Moving on. Trials Rising, whatever. Crackdown 3, like I said, it's not my type of game. It looks a little too, I say kiddish, but then I'm talking about Kingdom Hearts 3. But whatever. It's not for me. It doesn't really look interesting. I'm not really with it. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Dead or Alive 6. It's a basic fighting game. Of course, we need these type of games around. Because we need the, different genres and different, but they are some hardcore fans that's looking forward to it. I don't think it's going to be competing with I think Dead or Alive is probably gonna be dead in the water. Crackdown's gonna be dead in the water. I believe the main focus. I'm actually gonna keep y'all posted on out of all these games that's coming out on the 15th, what sells. My predictions right now. Damn, this is hard. Cause Far Cry has loyal fans. Jump Force, you already know, all the anime fans and all that stuff is gonna be coming through. Metro, I'm looking forward to. No, I'm not looking forward to. It's more like I just feel like it has that Fallout type feel, and I'm not really gonna have time to play it the way I want to. I'm probably not gonna get Far Cry. I'll probably get it maybe in the summer when there's no games out and I really don't have anything left to play. So me personally, I'm missing out on Far Cry, but I think it's gonna be a good game. I'm getting Jump Force because a fighting game. I feel like you always got to keep a good fighting game in the stash. So I'm getting Jump Force. Metro, I'm gonna pass on. That's another one I might come back to in the summer. But Anthem comes out. You already know that's one of the biggest, most anticipated games of 2019, and I just hope it doesn't disappoint. I really hope it doesn't. It has the potential to. It can disappoint, but I'm hoping that it learn some mistakes from Destiny. If you smart, sometimes you got to know to learn from other people's mistakes. You know what I mean? A lot of people, as far as Star Wars came out, the loot creating system, that didn't work for them at all. And I think a lot of people noticed that and said, okay, let's not do this or let's stop doing this. So I think the big game is going to be between, it's going to be, I think number one might be, I'm going to go with Far Cry because I don't know how Metro's fan base is. I think Far Cry is going to be number one for that day. I think Jump Force number two for that day. I think Metro number three. And then Crackdown and Dead or Alive is kind of just going to hang in the balance. But we already know after the next week, Anthem's coming out. We already know what that game's about. And we just got to hope that we're not disappointed. Please, just, I hope. Like, if that game disappoints me, I'm going to be really upset. I'm getting at the age where I just hate wasting money. Like, I can buy a lot of games, but I don't want to keep buying games that I don't like or don't play. I don't want to buy a game and then don't play it or play it for like 2-3 hours and just like, I don't like this. Like what I did for Call of Duty. I played it for like a week and I was just like, I don't like this at all. Left Alive actually looks pretty cool. March it's gonna be a decent month because Left Alive it could go either way. It could be a really good game or it could be a really bad game. But then Devil May Cry, we already know people's been waiting for this game for a long time. Devil May Cry has a loyal fan base. It's been consistent. It's been putting out consistently good games. And we're going to see. But that game is definitely going to sell. And so March is going to definitely be a slow month. January, February, that's where people are going to go broke. But March, I'm not getting Devil May Cry. I'm not getting Left Alive. That's another one that I'm going to put on the back burner. But we do have the Division 2, which is a major game. Even though the first one, the first one was a complete disappointment, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's good now," but it's just a little too late. When the game became good, like everybody said, I was already moved on to other games, and I wasn't turning back around. So hopefully they can release a good game on debut. They're actually saying that now they actually came out and said, yes, we have learned from our mistakes. We know what we did wrong, and we're going to change it. So are they going to change it, or are they saying that for us to buy the game and be disappointed again? We don't know. But they are going to release content. They're saying monthly. It's going to be like episodes. like a TV, like an HBO series or Showtime series. They're gonna release episodes, and a lot of the content, or pretty much all of it's gonna be free. So we gotta see. Mortal Kombat. They're adding customization, character customization. I always talk about evolution. I always talk about adding little things to keep people interested. And I actually said that before I knew that they was gonna have character customization. That I said if Mortal Kombat added character customization, that would be really cool, and I would be happy about that. So I'm getting Mortal Kombat, even though we already know. See, me when I play fighting games, I play them, I enjoy them for a little while, and then I'm just like, all right, moving on. I'm hoping Jump Force I can stay into it for a while, just because of the characters, the looks of it. It looks really amazing. Mortal Kombat, we already know they're gonna put out a good, consistent game. It's gonna be more weapons. Clearly, you can see that from the trailer. It's gonna be time travel. You can see that. Due to the having two different Scorpions. Actually, this voice of Scorpion, for the last 10 years, didn't realize he wasn't going to be the new voice of Scorpion until he seen the trailer like everybody else. So rip to the old Scorpion voice actor. But Mortal Kombat, I'm going to get. Days Gone, I'm going to get. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. I don't want to be that guy. But I'm going to tell you, from what I see, I think Days Gone, I'm saying it now, is going to be the disappointing game of 2019. One of the most disappointing games of 2019. I have not seen too much innovation. Of course, okay, we're in a post-apocalyptic world. It's zombies. That's the same. Normally in these type of games, it's regular people, which this guy is a regular guy, but it's normally people, doctors, lawyers, security guards, and you play as them and you try to survive. This is the first time we're actually playing as a biker, and it's like a biker gang. So it's like Sons of Anarchy mixed with like World War Z. So I mean, the biker gang standpoint, yes, I think that's cool. To be able to ride around on your motorcycle, I think they probably got inspired a little bit from The Walking Dead's Daryl. I think that's cool. But I haven't heard much besides you can loot and you can customize your bike. Besides customizing my bike, I haven't really heard much that makes me think like, oh man, this game is going to be different than all the other zombie games. I feel like with zombie games, you can't really make them that different. Besides the cast, besides maybe the things you add into the game, make it multiplayer, make it have the survival mechanics, have it where you can have an outpost, like a Fallout almost mixed with a good Walking Dead overkill. Like if they could really do this thing the right way. Let me try to get my thoughts together. A zombie game could be done the right way. It's not much new things you can add to it. You just have to add everything in at once. Make it online. Have a upgradable camp that you can actually build like Fallout. How you can actually make the fences. You can actually upgrade them from wood to metal. Stuff like that, and maybe have a solid team or crew or clan that can come in. So maybe you're at work and your crew is fixing the base. That's what kind of zombie game I've really been looking for, which it hasn't happened yet. But I think which I thought Overkill was gonna be that game, but it wasn't. So I think I'm gonna buy Days Gone, but I'm going into it real skeptical. Okay, and I think everybody should do the same. Like I said, I haven't heard much that is even making me. At first, I'm like, oh shit! I see all the zombies rushing them, and it looked crazy. And then I'm looking at the gameplay, and I'm like, okay, so you're just looting, and like it's not many layers to it. Another game that I don't know if I'm excited about anymore. It was Death Stranding. But the more I looked at it and I see the gameplay, it just like looked like a walking simulator. I believe they're doing that on purpose because they don't want to reveal much of the game. They don't want you to know really what it's about until it comes out. But all you seeing is, I forgot his real name, but Daryl from The Walking Dead is the main character in the game, and he's just walking around with like a baby, like, and then he's walking around with like bodies on his back, and it just seems real weird. At the same time, he's being hunted by some type of like ghost monster. I have no clue what it's about, and it doesn't. It's the more weird things they show, the more I just start thinking like I don't think I'm gonna get it. Crash Team Racing, nostalgia. I might actually get this game. I think it'd be cool to play with the family, and I remember playing this back in the day, you know. So this is real cool, and I'm excited about that. Cyberpunk, put a question mark. I'm thinking if it comes out, it's gonna be late 2019. Really, to be real with you, I think it's gonna come out January or February of 2020. That's what I'm thinking. The Last of Us is another game. I'm hoping it comes out this year, and if so, I think it's gonna come out around this time next year. Well, December, or like that fourth quarter of 2019. Control looks weird. I don't really, if you don't know, Control looked like it can be a really good game or a really bad game. You're pretty much like stuck in this, I don't even know what it is. It's like a big lab, and we don't really know what it's about, honestly. I kind of like when games do this, when they just throw out a trailer and it's like, okay, we can't really find any details. We don't know what it's about. I mean, not for too long. Before I buy a game, I do want to know what it's about eventually. But Control is another one that it looks cool. Don't know how it's going to go. Medieval, nostalgia. If you don't know what Medieval is, come on, man. You've been under a rock, or maybe I'm just old school. But they're actually coming back out with a Medieval, which I might get. It might be another game for the kids, you know. I don't know if I'm going to get it, but it's nice to see that it has made a comeback. We don't even know. This game I'm not looking forward to. Shenmue 3 I'm not looking forward to. Actually, that's like a Neo type game, a hack and slash samurai game. Ghost of Tsushima I'm looking forward to, but we don't know exactly when the release date is coming out, which is killing me right now. But I'm gonna let you know before we get into the second half, my top 5 games. I'm gonna call it right now. My number 1 game is Anthem, because Resident Evil is cool, but I can't. It's a single player, which I don't mind. But sometimes I feel like when you can play games with your friends, it gives it more. I would give it more, a couple more cool points than a single player game. Not all the time, but sometimes. So I'm going with Anthem, my number 1 game of 2019. Number 2, Kingdom Hearts as my number 2 for 2019. Resident Evil at my number 3. Because like I said, again, that's nostalgia. It's just gonna be awesome. We know it's gonna be a good game. The Last of Us, if it comes out in 2019, The Last of Us 2 will be my number 4. And I'm gonna have to put Ghost of Tsushima at number 5, because Division already disappointed me. So I'm gonna have to put. They lose points for that automatically. Ghost of Tsushima hasn't disappointed me yet because I haven't played it and it hasn't come out yet. It hasn't come out ever before. Like, it's not a part 2. So I have to give the nod to Ghost of Tsushima as my 5th game. Boom, there you have it. NJCheese top 5 games of 2019. And like I said, this is just a list. I would like everybody that watched the video, let me know what your most anticipated game is. of 2019. And if you want to make a list of top 5, a top 3, a top 10, feel free to do so in the comment section. But moving on at this point, ladies and gentlemen, moving on to our second half of the show. We're going into our interactive phase. This is clips of the week. We're going to start with clips of the week. Then we're going to start with our poll questions. And then we're going to start with our fam questions. So let's get into that. This clip is Thugnificant, which if you watch the videos, he's more known for this Fortnite clips. I appreciate the Call of Duty, but his Fortnite gameplay is superior. I actually adopted, watching him, I've actually taken one of the moves. I gave him his credit. He has this move where he'll like hide out for a quick second, like somebody be looking for him, they be like, where is he? And then he jumps and just shotguns people in the face. I've used that move. I've been killing people with that move. Thank you, Thugnificant. Real battle. They keep taking the high ground. That's what happens when you get greedy with the loot. Oh man, this is intense. No match. There's the move. Mind you, he has no match. Good shit again. Caught the first man lacking. The guy is going for loot. The team is fighting. But I realized that sometimes people aren't just looting. Sometimes they need mats. So they'll jump down to try to hurry up and grab mats and then go back up and get back into the fight. Either way, he caught the first person slacking. My boy runs out of mats. They lose track of him. But the reason he won that battle is because he had the high ground. He had no match, but he had the high ground. Caught the one guy slipping. He was building up and caught him shot him right in the side of the face. And it was just good gameplay. I mean, wiped out a whole team for the win. Congratulations. He got another victory. This guy got tons of victories, man. Thugnificant can't be stopped out here in these streets. But that was the third clip by Thugnificant. He streams on Twitch. He reps the Scum Life gang. So I will put the link to his Twitch in the description down below. And thank you for the clips. Now, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, getting into our poll questions. This is where we ask a question on Instagram. We see the results and we talk about it here on the show. Our first question. The Infinity Blade. Keep it vaulted. Bring it back. I say keep it vaulted as well. I agree with pretty much everybody off that 58%. The sword, I mean, no, actually, if they can rebalance it, then bring it back. But not for a long-term thing, for, however long, couple weeks or a week or whatever. And then just, but honestly, I didn't think it was really even that OP. Because if you hear the blade and then you see the person coming your way, if everybody on the team, well, in solos, yeah, it could be OP. But in squads, if everybody focus fire, that was kind of the way to counter it. You just had to focus fire and just keep chopping away and hope that you can get him before he kills your whole team. But it drops all your weapons. So I didn't like that aspect of it. And I guess, of course, that's the way they figured they'd balance it. But the blade, it can stay vaulted. It wasn't really a big deal for me. Question number 2. keep it, vaulted, the plane. I like the plane. The plane is cool to me. I don't feel like it's OP, especially now that you can shoot it and everybody will take 50 damage. Like, honestly, me, I use the plane for strictly like transport. I'm not really flying down and trying to hit people with it and barrel through and all that shit. I just try to use it to get from A to B and normally just get a landscape, you know what I mean, see where people are, and that's pretty much it. But people like it. People said to keep it. I say keep it. NJ says keep it. Oh, man. I actually realized that deterrent has not been used as much. It's easy to combat. Just keep... Alright. Some of these questions are a little difficult because on a 1v1, it can be a little OP because this guy's just shooting at you nonstop. But they do have time. You know, it has a cooldown time. At that point, I actually used it. So when it needed a cooldown time, I would throw a wall up and I would just wait for it to cool down and then get back on it. But you can, if you got a sniper, that's an easy snipe to the head, easy down. So sometimes people using it, you kind of have because you're like, oh, as soon as this cool down, I'm going to shoot them in the head, easy kill. Sometimes, not so much. I say keep it. It's not really, people don't really use it like that. And to me, it's not really overpowered to me. Unless you go into a squad game and 2 or 3 of them have it and now they're all blasting at you. Now it's a problem. This question I thought of and I really feel like maybe for the next game this could happen. Miles Morales between the movie and he got some love in the game. And if you don't know, in the final DLC, Peter actually started training Miles Morales, which if you don't know, of course, he's another Spider-Man, black and Spanish, his parents. But the question is, who would you rather play as in the next Spider-Man? This came down to 2 votes. A lot of people actually voted on this one. This probably was our most popular poll question to date. But my opinion, well, Miles won. I think the fact is, Peter Parker is not getting old. People love Peter Parker. He's just a likable character. But Miles is too. And again, evolution. They can easily just make another Spider-Man with Miles. It doesn't have to stay like that. Make one of the games, the next game with Miles, and then the next one you can go back to Peter. Maybe put some time and space. Maybe you're playing with a new Miles and a good amount of time has went and now you're playing with an older Peter. Like older. Maybe 30 in his 30s or something, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta change the game. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people are... Peter has a lot of fans. Peter Parker has tons of fans. A lot of fanboys. He has a solid fan base. Miles, I feel like he's starting to get to that place. People are starting to be like, Miles is pretty cool. Between the Jordans, his style of, even when he swings is different than Peter. And his movements, period, is different. It has a little more, you know, they're a little more cool. His costume's a little cool, a little bit more cool. The red fingers, oh man, the red fingers is cool as hell. So, I say for the next game, the next Spider-Man game, let's play the game with Miles Morales. Plus, is the mechanics really going to change that much? Either way, you're still swinging, you're still kicking ass with Spider-Man, somebody that's stronger, faster, has heightened sense of awareness and everything. So, it's really the same thing. It's the person's going to be different, the story's going to be different. I think with Miles, they can actually dig deeper into the story. I think the story would be better with Miles because he has both his parents. Well, not in the video game anymore. Spoilers alert. His dad sacrificed himself for other people to live. But his uncle being a villain, that could be a big deal. You know what I mean? His mom, like it can be darker. It can be darker. That's what I'm saying. So that was our poll questions. Everybody, let's get into our fam questions. We only have 2 this week, unfortunately. I wish we had like the sound effects. Everybody just, you know what I'm saying? But we get our sound effects and all that shit together. But I poll our fam questions. Ask me any video game related question. I like to be challenged. Ask me anything, I'll answer on the show. First question by our number 2 here at BPTV, our editor, our guy, Ant, Thugnificant Ant, aka Can't Get Right. But there's a ton of hype around Jump Force, but do you think it will last, or will it be another Dragon Ball Z? Man, to answer your question, I think it's gonna be another Dragon Ball Z. All fighting games have hardcore fan base. It's a fighting game out there that you've never even heard of that have at least 10 loyal fans, diehard fans. Every fighting game has a fan base, but fighting games just don't have the layers to stand up to a Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto on Twitch is still popping. A Fortnite. The levels, Fortnite can evolve and do so many different things. The sandbox is so big. But fighting games is literally just a one-on-one battle between two competitors. What all can you really add to it? You can add more characters. You can add more maps. More characters means more moves. But besides that, what can you really add to keep people interested? Once you've played the game for 3 months and you used every character and you done mastered the moves or your favorite characters that you like to use and you kicking ass, you know what I mean? What keeps you attracted? Of course, to continue keep kicking ass. But then when Anthem comes out and you can fly around and you can go underwater and you can play with your friends, multiple friends, just not you and your boy just kicking each other's ass back and forth, and you're in this beautiful world. How can Jump Force compete with that? How can Dragon Ball Z, fucking Soul Calibur, Tekken, Street Fighter compete with that? How can they compete with Red Dead Redemption? When I'm riding on horses and I'm robbing banks and I'm robbing trains and I'm swimming and fishing and camping and smoking and getting drunk. So all fighting games is going to have that same trend. It's going to be a lot of hype before it. It's going to be a lot of hype when it released. It's going to be hyped for maybe, because Soul Calibur had a good 2 days before all their Twitch and all the energy kind of just went away. I give Jump Force, the only thing we can hope for is, with these fighting games, longer life. So I'm giving Jump Force, I think it might be popping for like a good month. I'm going to give it a month. Because Dragon Ball Z came and went. It got 2 weeks. It was on fire for 2 weeks. And that was it. I'm giving Jump Force a month. Just because it's not the biggest game doesn't mean it's not a good game. Fighting games is kind of in a world of its own. It gets real hot, real quick, and then it just dies down. Because there's so many other games coming out. Sidoxity, my boy. Everybody, go follow him on Instagram. Go follow the Twitch. You see it right there. But what are your predictions for Game of the Year 2019? Oof. Anthem looks promising. Anthem does look promising. And we already know Game of the Year nominations, we already know Anthem's going to be one. Resident Evil's going to be one. If I would say, all right, I'm going to say, to answer your question, if The Last of Us comes out in 2019, no. My Game of the Year, I'm saying it right here, and I'll do a video around December, or when the video game awards come out. My Game of the Year, Kingdom Hearts 3. If The Last of Us 2 came out in 2019, that might be in the running for Game of the Year and might combat or be able to actually battle with Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts has a lot of layers to it. The combat is it's for adults and kids. The story behind it is going to be sick because it always is. It's always a fun game to play. So I honestly think that Kingdom Hearts might win Game of the Year. If The Last of Us 2 come out, that might win Game of the Year. Anthem, I just don't know yet. I might come back to this question because maybe when I get a feel for it, and if they really did change it up and not go if it's not as disappointing, is because Anthem is good. I'm gonna tell you now, Anthem is either gonna be really good or really bad, or really not bad but really disappointing. People are either gonna love it or people just gonna be extremely pissed, and that's just it. But that's my prediction for Game of the Year: Kingdom Hearts 3. Everybody, that was episode 12 wrap up. 2019, first episode 2019. Welcome, hype. Everybody, jump up, throw something around, jump on your couch, break something. Like, comment, subscribe. That's what you do. Like, comment, subscribe, watch the video. Let me know what what game you're looking forward to in 2019. Put it in the comment section. We'll talk about it next week. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. NJCheese signing out. BingePlay episode 12. Peace.